On June 26, the California Senate Environmental Quality Committee approved AB 32 with a vote of 4-2. The bill was authored by Assembly Speaker Democrat Fabian Nunez and was designed to bring California into near compliance with the provisions of the United Nations Kyoto Protocol. The bill had the support of Republican Governor Arnold Schwarzenegger, who signed into law this bill, which became known as the Global Solutions Act, on September 27, 2006. It has been a bone of contention ever since. Jesse Marquez is the executive director of the Coalition for a Safe Environment. He is a member of the Environmental Justice Advisory Committee, which was established to stipulate the various regulations included in the Global Solutions Act.
Well, what AB 32 in the law, it spells out you must reduce greenhouse gas emissions from all sources, from all industries, no exception. You will use the best available controlled technologies. So this now tells the ports and refineries, okay, no more game playing. You must have a greenhouse reduction plan in place. You will identify where you can reduce your levels to these certain years in the 2020, 2030, 2035. You must do that.
Alexiev takes a contrary view. Alex is a California-based public policy and national security expert, formerly a senior analyst with the RAND Corporation with 30 years of experience. He is now with the Hudson Institute.
AB 32 is a very radical piece of legislation passed by the Democratic legislature with a great deal of help from Governor Schwarzenegger, which essentially, if passed into, if acted upon, will do a tremendous damage to the economy of California, which is already on the ropes. That is what this is all about.
Mr. Marcus doesn't buy it.
This is just their excuse to get out of having to comply with AB 32 laws, which is to reduce our global impact with their greenhouse gas emissions. It's a game. They're calling it a job killer when it's not a job killer. We can show every green technology company will in fact create more jobs. In fact, the railroad industry, okay, we want to replace them with a maglev train. There's no growth in hiring with them. It's about 1%. Whereas this new technology is going to create hundreds of local jobs and thousands of outsourced part jobs. And then the sales potential nationally, internationally is tens of thousands. That's a job creator.
Proposition 23 will be on the ballot this November, specifically intended to stop the implementation of AB 32, the Global Solutions Act.
Proposition 23 very simply states that AB 32 would not be implemented until unemployment in California gets below 5.5%. The California Air Resource Board, if they're not stopped through Measure 23, will start imposing draconian measures on our industry, on our economy, to implement this piece of legislation.
We've established a goal of reducing greenhouse gas emissions for the state of California. So it sets up a 2020, 2025, 2030 that we will reduce it by certain percentages. 15% by this mark, 20% by this mark, 30% by that mark.
Okay.
And that's what we're heading towards.
All
And
right.
that's what it requires under the AB 32. This SB 23 would cause us never to meet those benchmarks. In fact, they're behind in meeting the benchmarks right now because of their failure to properly, cause all these to comply with the law.
When they say that 30% of the energy in California has to come from renewable sources, given the fact that renewable sources are not economically feasible, otherwise they would already be here. They would already be produced. What that means is that these people are lobbying the government to make energy more expensive for all citizens of California, of the United States. That's what it means, to transfer money from the pockets of the taxpayer into the pockets of these freeloaders, these welfare queens, if you will, because subsidies of the kind that are provided to solar to solar producers are nothing more than welfare for the rich. That's what it is.
What SB 23 is saying, no, we're going to stop that process. We're going to waive it because, it's hurting the economy. But here's another detail about SB 23. It doesn't guarantee anything. There is no company that stepped up. Tesoro and Valero, two Texas companies that aren't even headquartered in California, have not stated that if this law comes into effect, they will immediately hire 1,000, 2,000, 5,000 people. They have not stated that. They have not stated that we'll put up, $10 million for new job training and new skills. They've not said that. Not one industry has come forward saying that if this passes, we will absolutely invest $100 million, $10 million, $1 million, and we will absolutely create this many jobs. There is no commitment from anybody to do that.
Proposition 23 may be confusing to people. They're being asked to vote in favor of one bill to stop another.
Very simply, a vote in favor of 23 is a vote against AB 32, it's a vote against political cronyism, and it's a vote against the radical environmental agenda in California and in the country beyond.
We want to know what you, the viewers, think. Please respond to our survey and leave your comment below. Number 1, considering the crippled economy of California, do you think it is the appropriate time to attempt to solve a global problem? Yes or no? Number 2, do you think that California should dedicate itself to resolving the immediate danger of climate change? Yes or no? And number 3, do you think global warming is a serious man-made problem that needs immediate and extensive action? Yes or no? Please be sure to leave your comments below. And if you'd like to see the full-hour shows with each of these guests on DVD or on your local cable channel, please call us at 1-800-867-7777 or leave your email address. I'm Leslie Dutton. Thank you.